Hello everyone, welcome to week 24 in the school year. Hi, if you're new to my channel, my name is Marily Sanchez and I'm a 4th grade teacher in South Florida. And I'm sure you can tell I am sick. I got a cold over the weekend. I know that I wasn't feeling 100% on Friday. My throat felt weird. Not hurting, but it was weird. And yes, I have a cold. Yay. I've just been very sniffly and I made it through the day today. So it's great. Today is Monday, February 12th, 2024. And we had a pretty good day today with both of my classes and with this new setup that I'm thinking I'm going to change anyway because I just don't like how some of the students are facing. It just happens. But what did we do today? We went ahead and started with my morning group doing their iReady minutes. And after that, we did a reread of our shared read, A Telephone Mix-Up. I went ahead and put the whole story on PowerPoint because I just like the annotation features of PowerPoint a lot better. So we did a reread and we answered the find text evidence questions, which also asked students to annotate the text. So we did that with both sides of each page of the story. And then we went into their annotations. So I asked the students to tell me what they wrote for theirs and share. And then I went ahead and modeled what I would have written for each of these annotations. So first we were going over the setting, describing it, something we loved or liked, describing the point of view and something we found surprising, as well as describing the character's perspective and questions that we may have. I did the same thing with my ELL students, and we didn't get to the annotations part, so we'll get to that tomorrow. I am also going to give my ELO students starting tomorrow morning their scaffolded version of the same story so that they have the glossary with them so they can see what some of the words mean. And I then got the main questions and I put them down here so the students can answer them as they refer back to the scaffolded version of the shared read. Again, this is from Wonders. I just went ahead and I just took the main story and put it together and avoided the additional questions that are around there just to make it less pages to copy. That's pretty much all that we ended up doing today. Did not get to writing, but I will. I gotta get to it. I also feel horrible, so I'm gonna cut this short and I'll catch up with you tomorrow. Hello everyone, welcome to the end of the day. Tuesday, just finished with my Minecraft club and just trying to grab all my things so I can go home and continue resting so I can feel better. But I started this morning with my ELL group, and what we ended up doing was starting with the shared read. I gave them the scaffolded shared read so that we could read it. I had different students take turns reading, and it was so nice to hear them read in English and just do their effort and try their best. So I'm very proud of them. And then I went over the questions that they needed to answer for that. This is the scaffolded shared read, and it provides them with a glossary. I think I showed you this yesterday. So we were taking annotations, and I was showing the students different places where they can find the answers to the questions that were on the back. So these are the different questions. I modeled number 1 for them, and then I showed them how to use the question to help them start their answer so it's in a complete sentence. And they still have to finish this, so they'll continue working on it tomorrow. Then I went ahead and introduced our expository prompt on invasive species, where my advanced group had already started on this. So we unwrapped the prompt. We were looking at specific things that we need to understand about this prompt. Then I gave them the expository writing. And as you can see, we started taking notes on source 1 because that's the source that we read today. So we were looking for problems that invasive species are causing. Source 1 ends at the top. There are actually 3 sources with this expository essay, but for my ELL students, they're only working on the first 2. So that's why we started taking notes on the problems that we're noticing. So as you can see, the introduction with the central idea, the 2 problems, one from source 1, one from source 2. And we're going to take notes on source 2 as well, and then write the conclusion. So they're currently working on this expository essay. And then with my advanced group, when they came to me, we were working on character perspective, specifically looking at point of view, character perspective, knowing the difference, and having them complete a character perspective graphic organizer on one of the characters from a telephone mix-up. So they saw an example that was done in their book, in their reading writing companion from McGraw-Hill Wonders. And that one was done on Meg, the daughter of one of the other characters, who was Dr. Erickson. So then the students needed to find two details that their narrator tells us about Dr. Erickson's perspective on the telephone. So with this, I'm really happy that Classroom Screen now has annotations. And with my Promethean board, I can write on top of an image that I import. In this case, it was an image of the graphic organizer. So here is the graphic organizer. We didn't do this together until everyone had finished at the end, but I started using this one because I was able to put a, let me see if I can move it to the front. If I can move this to the bottom and then this to the bottom. Oh, the highlighting stays right on there. But I was able to put a timer so that they knew how much time they had. And then after we had the timer, I was able to then go ahead and look at the different details that the passage tell us about Dr. Erickson and how he thought about the telephone. So that's what we ended up doing, and I was able to show this on the board progressively. So I like that now Classroom Screen has a way that you can, send to the back, the different things, and I can send this one to the front, etc., so that we can see what is, behind. But you can also now lock different images into position so they don't move. So that's really great for something like this graphic organizer picture. I can lock it and I can move things around, but I don't have to worry about moving it. So that is the first activity that my advanced group worked on. Then I introduced the Moon Over Star double entry journal. This is something that I've used in the past for another novel study, but I decided to make it into a single double-sided page where on the left side they take information from the text and on the right side they react to it or they give information based from what they understand with their mind. So they have double-sided because it is a long story, and we'll continue reading it tomorrow. I'll show you a little bit more about this story tomorrow. We didn't get to start it because one of our parents, since today is Mardi Gras or Fat Tuesday, wanted to bring a king's cake or a king cake to have the students kind of partake in that kind of tradition. So she brought it in and we cut it, or she cut it and served it to the students. And she also brought beads and masks for the students. So it was really fun. That's how we kind of ended today. And tomorrow's Love and Kindness Day. So let's see what tomorrow also brings. But I do have different things that I want to make sure we get done this week so that we wrap up this week, since next week we start on a new reading unit. All right, so that is all I have for today, Tuesday. I will see you tomorrow. Hello, everyone. It's the end of the day, Wednesday, and Valentine's Day. So happy Love and Kindness Day. And we just finished a faculty meeting, so I am rearranging the desk because I didn't like how it looked before, like I showed you. So now it looks a little bit different. I'll show you in a minute because I just need to rearrange one of the groups, hopefully, and see if it works a little bit better. But today was a day that the students had a lot more energy than I did, as I'm still recovering from my cold. And yeah, it was a day where they brought things for themselves to share amongst each other, whether it was little Valentine's Day cards or candy or treats. And we also gave the students that went up in their iReady Math AP2 diagnostic extra recess at the end of the day. So I stayed back with a couple students that didn't quite make their goal, but we're still encouraging them nevertheless. So I wanted to show you some of the activities that we did today. The students in both of my classes worked on an activity that I created, my own. It is what I wanted them to write down about what they love about themselves, because a lot of times we talk about giving love to others, but we need to stop and think about things that we actually love about ourselves. And I told the students that if it's hard for you to think of things you love about yourself, then this is a really good activity to do at least once a week, and just think about all those different things. So it's just a great self-confidence, self-esteem activity to boost it up And I just wanted to encourage the students to do it. So this is what I came up with. So mine is already pretty much done, but I gave them an oval with a neck and shoulders so that they can design themselves, so they can create a little self-portrait of themselves in the heart. And then around the heart, I wanted them to write things, like I said, that they love about themselves. And they can even include things that they love altogether. So if they love soccer, they can put, I love that I'm a soccer player. I love that I love to learn, and things like that. So I wanted them to focus on this, and this is my second version of this one. The other one was digital, which doesn't look so great. So here's the actual template, and if I go in, you can see the outline. I did it in light gray so that the students can design themselves and they can not worry about that line showing up in their drawing. And here's the digital one that I created. So you can see it's a little messy because I was using the PowerPoint annotation tools, but it gave them an idea of what to do. And for my ELL class, I wrote a lot of different words that they could add, and they were asking me how to write different words, so I added them as well. And in parentheses, I have the translation in Spanish so that they knew what that word meant. And hopefully this encouraged them to also add to their heart. I really enjoyed this activity, and I really loved that the students had time to work on that. With my morning group, I had a little bit more time since the afternoon group. The time was cut short because we wanted to give the students time to exchange their goodies. And then, of course, give those students that earned the extra recess that extra recess time. So I only had about an hour with them with my ELL class, so they only were working on their heart. But with my morning group, they also had time to work on our anchor text, the moon over star. Now for that text, we were working with a double entry journal. So I was modeling this for the students from the first page, and we'll continue tomorrow with the story so they can add to not only the front but the back of the sheet on different things that they want to make a note of, react to, make a prediction, etc. as they interact with the story. I also received this really nice shirt from one of our staff members who's also a friend of mine. She created these shirts. This one is a 2X, but it's okay. I can adjust it, make a big shirt fit on me. And then these are all the goodies that the students gave me today. I mean, I absolutely feel the love. They don't need to, do these things. This is actually from a student that I had last year, and he dropped it off for me at my door this morning, and that was so sweet of him. So yeah, definitely feeling the love, and I'm so grateful. So that's all I have to share for today, Wednesday. I will see you tomorrow. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the end of the day, Thursday. And yes, I feel worse today, and by the end of the day, I just didn't have enough energy to redirect the students who were, always chatty. It's the time of year. It's Valentine's Day week and all that stuff. And I ended up calling the secretary at the end of the day and asking if I could just take a sick day tomorrow, and she put it in for me. So I spent the last hour and a half working on my sub plans for tomorrow, and I'm going to go to urgent care afterwards. I know I have a doctor's appointment on Monday, but I'm wheezing and I don't want to wait until then. So I'm going to go to a doctor and urgent care and get that checked out. This morning I started with my block 2, which is my ELL learners. They were finishing the questions for the scaffolded shared read that I shared earlier in this vlog, and we finished answering those questions. Then it was time to just get them to work on their what I love about me. So they worked on that since they didn't have a lot of time to do that yesterday. For my block 1 this afternoon, we went ahead and read the entire story of the moon over star, and I had the students work on finishing their double entry journal for the entire passage. The story does make an allusion to Mae Jemison, so I started reading May Among the Stars, which is this book right here, and they do have it in novel effect. Unfortunately, when I got to one of the parts that wasn't funny, a lot of the students started laughing, and I was already tired and I didn't want to keep redirecting, so I'm like, you know what, it's okay, we'll stop the story right there, continue working on your double entry journal. And that's what they continue working on for the rest of the day. So I don't feel so great. And I will finish the vlog today. Obviously, I'm not coming into work tomorrow, Friday. Next week, Monday, is President's Day. So I will catch up with you on Tuesday of next week for the start of week 25. And this will be the end of week 24. I will tell you more about the sub plans that I left for them next week, since I'm very tired and I just want to get going. But yeah, I hope you enjoy coming along with me on this Valentine's Day week and the 24th week of school out of 39. Yeah, we're getting closer and closer to the end of the year, and I feel like February just started and we have another week or two, like 2 weeks left in February, which is crazy that we're halfway through. But I hope you enjoy coming along with me. If you did, don't forget to hit the like button, leave a comment down below, let me know what you thought, any questions you may have. Also, if you haven't subscribed, please consider subscribing and hitting the bell for notifications so you don't miss any future videos. I hope you have a beautiful, magical day, and don't forget to smile.
Hello dreamers, wishers, and magical thinkers. Thank you so much for making it to the very end of this video and for showing your support. If you'd like to subscribe, you can do so by clicking on my picture down here. You can also check out my latest videos here and here. Don't forget to believe in the magic that's inside you, because you are capable of great things. See you next time.